Hello, my wonderful people. I bring greetings anywhere you are joining me from, or watching me from, or viewing me from, or being part of this program, this hour, this time, this day, this moment. I greet you and I welcome you again to today's edition. We move, we roll. We don't have anything against anybody, but when you think we are when you think we or me is your problem, that's when you begin to have problem that can never end. Even when Biafra comes, your problem continues because now you use your hand put the problem, so now you go still use your hand comot the problem, or the problem go dey there with you from generation to generation. We go continue to do our own, and who no like us na you sabi. As you no like us, well, the only thing wey we go tell you na make you like us to save yourself from headache and high bp, because wetin we dey do go dey cause you high bp. Wetin we dey do e go dey send some people go early under the thing wey be 6 feet. We no owe anybody. Ịma na ndị Igbo si na nwata chọbakwanụ nke ya ọhụrụgo ajọ nwa. Ọ ka mma ka nwata wụrụ onye iberibe, ịwụrụ ha na onye iberibe efulu efu. Ebe ọbụla ebuchi oge that you know you a good boy. But when you begin to ask questions, demand for explanations, they say this boy, it's like you done the too sabi. That thing will kill your papa, go kill you. What erughero jimi ihe mere nna ya, ihe mere nna ya eme ya. Pikin no reach ask for the thing wey happen to him papa, the thing go happen to am. Threat where they take the threaten people. Intimidation. Threat, intimidation. They will intimidate you, so you no go dey free to talk, you no go fit ask questions. But we have reason to ask questions. We have reason to demand explanations, and you must give it. That is why I'd always tell people to always ask questions. It's good to ask questions, honestly. And we must ask questions, because if you do not ask questions, I don't know what you think you are, but you lose. You lose not to know. Ask question. Better you ask to know. My people, they say the person way to ask question, you know, they misroad. Now the I too sabi, I over sabi, now then they misroad. So I greet every one of you. Biafra Nwezudo, Nwezudu, Ndewo Friday Peters, Ndewo, and other people on the line and those on the comment section. I greet and respect everybody. Today, we go look into some things will happen. Like you see, I say why you will understand. And if anybody still there by the line or by the side or by the roof or by the window, the watch, you never want come inside. You go know say that person get problem for here, because with every indication, Biafra is unstoppable. Nobody can even dare to, even Tinubu, even Fulani no fit stop them. And they know. And the truth is that what happened before no go happen again, because we don't open eye, come understand wetin they do us before. Even the Bakassi wey go on carry do sacrifice for Cameroon, make they fit deal with us. They no go fit take am now, not to talk of so I am telling you that call anybody you need to call, tell anybody you need to tell to get involved, because Biafra is here and the Biafra can never be stopped, not by any man, not by any woman. We must continue to do wetin we dey do, who no like am, if it go jump inside lagoon. Like Wike say, na them go dey pass you for election, na them go dey win you for election. If they no like you, they go fair you. I guess Nigerians don't dey learn their brain. They don't dey learn their brain, because when we come here and they tell them that Nigeria is not your own, they do not understand. It's good that this wicked baby Hitler wicked is now telling Nona, say, na them they rule, na them they rule. We go still go here or see why I talk say our prime minister, you cannot even stop him. Not now, not ever. You no go fit stop him. Nobody fit. You no go fit stop our prime minister. So, like I said before, we go continue the role. We get so many things we will show you, as some governors no go fit pay this. Some governors may not be able to pay this minimum wage where they create, because the allocation where they give them no reach anything. The allocation where they give them, it no reach anything. So they are just trying to destroy themselves, and I am happy that they are doing it themselves. We they see, like you hear our prime minister tell you that they are helping us to destroy Nigeria. You see, you get the kind of battle where we say, if you they read Bible well, you go see say the Israelites, when their enemy are coming to fight them, God go just put confusion in the midst of the enemies. The enemies go begin to fight each other. Bodum, 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 bodum. Before Israelites go reach there, all their enemies they for ground. They don't massacre each other. Hey, all the ego. Na can lacha cook. Can la cook. I know they drink cook, but they can lacha cook, because the weather too warm or hot. Can lacha cook. Ndị Asaba sị nọ ka nlachalụ cook, nlachalụ cook, nlachalụ cook. Ka nlachalụ. Okay, we continue the rule. And like I used to tell you, you no go fit save Nigeria, because Nigeria was not meant to work. Nigeria was meant for destruction of those that don't need destruction. You get me? I say Nigeria was meant for the destruction of those that don't want destruction. You feel no understand me, but not the truth. Those where they try to build Nigeria happens to them on daily basis. Those where come out, they put you for power. Hey, I want to build Nigeria. Hey, they go massacre you, come off for road. They go frustrate your life. They go frustrate your life. That is why our people have sacrificed, paid the price for Nigeria to stay. Yet, Nigeria no gree stay. For Nigeria to be beautiful, Nigeria no gree be beautiful. For Nigeria to be a country, no, Nigeria refused to be a country. That this little one I have here, I don't want to go to read the long one. If you follow this thing, in Kano in 1945, Over 200 Igbos were murdered. In 1950, over 1,000 were murdered. The and then in 1966, over 43,000 were massacred. In 1967, over 1967, 200,000 were massacred. In 1967 to 70, 3.1 million were massacred. Then Asaba genocide, Kano in 1980, 40,000 massacred. Madugri 1982, 500. Jamata 1984, 1,500, and so on and so on and so on. All these things were happening because our people have tried to build Nigeria. Our people have tried to keep Nigeria moving. They have tried that Nigeria will remain a country. They tried so that Nigeria will remain a country. And today, our people still they go down in numbers. If you can keep any good record of how our people have been massacred from 1980 to today, you will see that there are over a million people, over a million Biafrans that have been massacred by the Fulanese, both in the north, both in the south, both in the west. Our people have been massacred. And why have we been massacred? We have been massacred because we demand to have a peaceful country called Nigeria. Our fathers were massacred because they need a peaceful, one good, beautiful country called Nigeria. This is why you have no choice but to continue to fight for your freedom. When you feel that you are tired of fighting for your freedom, I want you to feel that you should be ready to die. If you feel like say you are tired of fighting for this freedom every time, fight for freedom. Ojukwu called us for freedom, and we fought towards weekend. If you are tired, I don't have a problem with you, but you should not be tired to die. Because once you are tired of demanding for your freedom, dying for your freedom, you should be ready to die for Nigeria. And dying for Nigeria is what you get price of one Nigeria for dying for Nigeria. When you try to build Nigeria, you die for Nigeria. When you try to keep Nigeria, you die for Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a place where there is no rule of law. Nigeria is a place where law is not existing, where justice is not existing, where nothing peace, nothing, everything jaga jaga, just like Idris sang. Everything jaga jaga, scatter scatter, suffering suffering, gun shooting at the head. The only thing that reign in Nigeria today is evil. And that is why I tag Nigeria evil forest. I beg if you dey watch me, try and like this video. Try and like them. Thank you. That is why I tag this Nigeria evil forest. Because when you look wetin dey happen in Nigeria, you will have no different from anything happening in evil forest. Nothing good. People die for no reason. Somebody go commit offense for Kano. they go come for a Biafra land, come collect somebody, more time say na him commit something for Kano. Somebody go thief for Kaduna, they go come Biafra land, they catch somebody, say na him thief for Kaduna. And the worst part of it all is that they will change, as my name Bugo, they go carry Abubakar, give me, say na me be Abubakar. They go sentence me to life imprisonment or death. And they know, say, the Abubakar will commit the evil day for Kano. They know him, they no go touch him. They go come my Biafra land, come carry me, say na me be that Abubakar will do that. Now so they roll. We must say no to everything, Nigeria. We must learn to say we no go agree for anybody. If you see very dark man now, you see what thing that happened to very dark man. Although, you know, one thing with Nigeria is that once you are inside Nigeria, you should know that there is no rule of law, because in do exposition of one evil where somebody do, police go carry him. Police go carry him. No be say him do anything against the law. No, somebody do evil, he come open up, they come carry him. You see, let me tell you, and this is what they want you to know. This is what Musa and the army officers want to train you to do in Nigeria as bloggers and social media influencers. To tell you, don't talk about people that steal public fund. Don't talk about any other thing. Even if you see somebody cut somebody's head, don't talk. The only thing you will talk about, Simon Ekpa is a criminal. The only thing you should talk about, one Nigeria, one good Nigeria, one beautiful Nigeria. Nigeria is indivisible. The unity of Nigeria cannot be negotiated. And then when I hear people say, the peace or unity of Nigeria is innegotiable, I begin asking, has there been, or was there, or is there anything like peace or unity or progress ever in Nigeria till now? No, there has never been anyone. So when I hear people say the unity of Nigeria, the peace of Nigeria, I don't know what they really mean. Honestly, I don't know. Because when you say the peace of this is, it cannot be that, it cannot do that, non-negotiable. You know there is peace, but Nigeria, there has never been peace. From the war, go and check the history. Ever first election they held in 1979, they were told that they told Zik by, I think, Omar Diko told Azikiwe the election was rigged and there is nothing you can do about it. If you like, go ahead and come down. You cannot do anything about it. And that is why we can have the guts today to come and tell you that he will fair you. If you come take election, we go fair you. Now we the rule. Now we be the papa of this land. I think now make we start with weekend.
If you don't want, don't hang yourself in a transformer. Yes. If you're angry, well, hang yourself. If you have done well, we have done well. If you have not done well, we have not done well. And we are proud to say, in this short time Mr. President appointed us, that we have done well. He said there are no schools. He said there are no hospitals. as a legislator, what have you done?
Are you seeing it? This is a government, you cannot criticize them because everything they do is good. Everything they do is good. Even if the mock people anyhow, not the perfect thing to do. Even if the Krewa people wife by force, not good thing to do. Even if they shop your money, use and kuro, not the best thing to do. Everything they do is good. You see what somebody that called himself a minister is opening mouth talking. Do you see what he said? Are you seeing it? Those that believe in it. You say P2B. So if P2B come, P2B is, let's just assume now you invite P2B to take over from Tinubu. What do you think P2B is going to do? Not those people that believe in P2B. P2B, is he going to stop people from telling you in the openly, I will fear you when you come out to compete or to contest for election because you are not my type? But because the woman said, I cannot be your friend. I cannot bow to you. I cannot report to you. I cannot respect you because you don't have respect. You are a junkie. You are angry. Are you not? Is Wike a normal human being? Look at him. You see the way he behave? Is that the way a normal human being should behave? I guess his children should be up to 30 years old at least. Why are they not calling him to order? Or are they enjoying the make I no insult anybody because of social media? They are enjoying what their father is doing, disgracefully disgracing them in the public. You see why these people that are doing this evil, you will not know their family. Because if you think I am lying, who among all these criminal politicians have you seen any of their children come out to tag their father in the public social media and say, this is my father? Can you see that? Have you seen? No, you can see them because they are not even proud of their own father. If you see P2B Pikin for road, do you know him? You know any of them? If you see children for road, do you know them? You don't know them. You cannot know them because they cannot be proud of what their father is doing. Go to America. Come here, you see a governor working, a minister. You go, unless you are not interested. If you know any governor, you go know his children. Go type for Google, say P2B children. You don't go know them. Africa, because of their evil. Africa or Nigeria, let me leave Africa alone. Nigeria is a place where somebody, a ruler, a minister, a governor, a local government chairman, a councillor, a senator, a president, all the rulers in Nigeria, their families will live outside Nigeria. They will school outside Nigeria. Only Nigeria it happen. Only in Nigeria it happen. You see, we keep telling you, listen to him. If you don't like it, you should go and hug transformer.
How many bills have you sponsored for us to improve our education and our health sector?
Somebody is telling you that you are not doing your job very well. You are challenging that person that he should come and do it. The fund, the allocation meant for schools, meant for roads, meant for hospitals, meant for water. you embezzle them. And when somebody challenge you, you get angry and insult the person and tell the person for insulting me, for telling me the truth. If you come to power, I will fair you. That is what they are good at. Because you cannot tell them the truth. They don't want the truth. Only tell them you are doing good. That's why he tell you, if you do good, we praise you. What is the good? Nigeria is a place where nothing good works. Nothing.
I mean, I challenge that legislator. If you are very, very popular, 2027, come and run under Abuja.
Are you seeing? If you are popular, 2027, come out and run another one. Make we see you.
We will fail you.
And we will fail you. He made it clear. If you come out again and say you want come run, we will fail you. Are you surprised? Don't be surprised. That is the way they roll. That is the way they roll. If you come out, we will fail you. Very simple.
You think that what happened last time will happen again? You think so?
What is this that happened last time? They took them at unawares. That was why you have Labour Party candidate winning governor, Labour Party candidate, PDP candidate winning here and there. They want it to be one party system in Nigeria, and you are not getting it. You are still fighting for Nigeria. It's either you bow to Fulani or you bow to Biafra. You don't have choice. But Biafra represents you, your freedom, your generation. I don't know what Fulani cabals represent for you, to you.
It will not happen again. If you are popular, come and run. Luckily for me, I'm just 15 minutes alone. So here's my territory. I'm not afraid. So people should come out.
You heard him. Very clean, very clear. If you don't understand, you will not understand Nigeria the way Nigeria they rule. I will begin, make we begin small, small, make we enter for here, make we see. Now, this minimum wage wahala, they tell you say money no dey. They will not be able to afford minimum wage. And now you have Oyo, Kaduna, Ogun, Kano, Abia, 21 other states may enter bankruptcy if 62,000 naira minimum wage is implemented. If you 62,000 naira, how much is 62,000 naira? 62,000 naira to be about 33, just $33. $33. Maybe $33. Let me check. $33, I believe. You should not be up to $33. 62. Let me come. Let me see. It's good when we talk, people listens, people hear. Because when we come here and tell people the truth and they refuse to hear, they will go and listen to Nigeria, and the Nigeria will feed them with what they want to hear, and they will listen, and after they have listened to, they will come back and start crying. When they come back, they cry. I will find out. I have app that I use to find out how much money is every day, every minute. Wait there. Okay, hold on. Just a minute. Let it load. We must not allow anything to distract us. Biafra is here. Okay, money today is 158. Let me see. Naira 60 what? 60 what thousand? 62,000 naira. Okay, $39. 62,000 naira is 39 euros. Just say $40. $40. $40 wey no reach you buy food wey you go chop with your family for one day, for once, for one meal. Now you dey pay for 1 month. 1 month you no fit pay. You dey shout, you dey cry. I wan tell you, Nigeria is gone and gone for good. Now, as if that is not enough, they are telling you that they cannot pay this money. I want you to see, after Nigeria have bought car of $40 million, $40 million each, how much, I don't know. Look at this man called Dile Manaye. Every year he will buy. Where are they getting the money from? They say they know they get money. Oh, they are being paid this small allowance. I want you to see. Look, check. Dile Malaye, where is he getting the money? That even to the point of using motor to do car in his sitting room. Go and check him out. Is there in the open? Is there in the Google? He used car to do sitting room. Look at him. He has gone for shopping again. Are you getting the message? That is what we call money. And yet, they cannot pay workers common 40 something, $40. $40. They cannot pay. They cannot pay common $40. They no fit pay. But they can buy motor, billions, buy private jet, millions of dollars. But they cannot pay workers. Teachers cannot be paid. They are owing teachers and they are buying private jets and they are buying cars, dumping them. Nigeria. Yet, governors are telling you that if we pay this money, if we pay $40 per month minimum wage, we go owe. It just alert you on time for you to know that they go owe you because there is no money to pay you. And that is the way they rule. That is the way they rule. Beautiful country, beautiful Nigeria. Beautiful Nigeria. They know how to rule. If you never vote, I go only advise you, run, go and vote. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court say there is no evidence of abuse or denial, abuse of right. Wetin court to talk? Nigeria, for you, Nigeria. You cannot win them anywhere. They will win you. Hands clean and clear. They go win you. And they make we remember voting is still going on. The voting is still going on. Remember, the voting is still going on.
It is very, very important that every pastor, every churches in Biafra land inform the people that is voting for Biafra referendum being conducted by the Biafra government in exile. And of course, those who do not understand what it means to be government in exile, pastors can educate the people to go and Google what government in exile can do. Government in exile have the right to conduct election. That's right, we have. Many government in exile do not even have the influence that the Biafra government in exile have in our territory today. They got their independence. We have demonstrated that we are the only legitimate government that are fighting for the best interests of Biafra people. And Biafra in the homeland are only loyal to the Biafra government. That particular thing has been proved beyond reasonable doubt by various civil disobedience that we have embarked on for the past 2.5 years. Nigeria government and their agents has done everything to truncate the power of the Biafra government to no avail. So please, every pastor must form their congregation that voting will start on the time they have their services. The churches that did not do this in Biafra land will be regarded as enemy. Believe me, very, very soon, things will start happening in a different way, only for the best interest of Biafra and our freedom.
All right. Now, I want to make everybody understand that this time, the only thing that will save us is everybody working together. I don't know if you're a pastor here listening to me. I beg you, tell your people to vote. Help people to understand the importance of this election. Because till now, some people have been misguided and misdirected and misinformed that what the Biafra government in exile is doing is uncalled for, is needless, just noise, that they are useless people. I want you to understand that when you go and go to Google, go to any book, any law, find out under any charter the right and the limits of or the legitimacy of any government in exile that is well organized and recognized. And I want us to understand also that this government we are talking about has been endorsed by some nations, which we know in due time. Like our Prime Minister said, he will let you know when the time comes. And not be Prime Minister. So one thing everybody must understand is that this is not an organization. We are not an organization. We are not a group. We are not some group of people, as they have described that they are a group of miscreants. We are country. We are a nation. We are a people of. We are people of a nation, and this is a nation that is recognized in the whole world. Recognized, even though they pretend not to know, but the truth is that pretense is not reality. No matter the level of the pretense, it can never be reality. It can never be turned or be exchanged for reality. Pretense can only be used as a means of deceit in the eyes of fools. So, like I was telling you before, let us continue. We will go so many things and we'll hear so many things as well this evening. Like I was telling you, Nigeria is a place, and we will come after this, we will come to another video. I believe we will stay here till we will stay here. Okay, now Nigeria, like I tell you, is a place, is a land, is an evil forest or entity where if you try to build, you'll be destroyed. They don't want anybody to build. They don't want anybody to add to good of that nation, of that people, of that evil jungle. All they want, help them to destroy it. Let us listen to this video.
How bad is corruption in the Nigerian government or in the Nigerian system?
Some of the things I recovered were returned back to, people will recover those things from. For instance, there was this case of somebody will recover 80 S-Class Mercedes-Benz car, brand new, houses, farms, motorcycles, and so forth. In a house in Jabi, under information, we got intelligence.
In a house in Jabi. Jabi is in Abuja there, close to Bega. Jabi is in Abuja. You know, say me, I follow no Abuja well. Jabi there for Abuja. No be say na inside the one forest, na for Abuja town there, e dey. Now they recover all these things. And that is when his problem started. Because they give you job, make you come recover things. You know, say their recovery, be say you go there office, say you don't recover, everybody they fine. They be good people. If you try go open their nyach, the shit they go use and paint your face. They go turn everything against you. Listen to him. Listen to him.
How bad is corruption in the Nigerian government or in the Nigerian system?
Some of the things I recovered were returned back to, people will recover those things from. For instance, there was this case of somebody will recover 80 S-Class Mercedes-Benz car, brand new, houses, farms, motorcycles, and so forth. In a house in Jabi, under information, we got intelligence, and we went there, we saw all those things. I wrote to the customs, the DG of customs, do these people pay custom duties on these vehicles? 80 brand new S-Class, armored plated. The CG of customs said no, they didn't pay. I wrote to Federal Inland Revenue Service. These people pay tax. If you are importing, if you have this kind of vehicles, if you have money to buy this kind of vehicles, you should pay enormous tax to the Nigerian government. They said no, they don't have any record of them paying tax. So we went to court. We got an order of official, and then the court asked us to, we should take custody of those things. It's interim for official, pending the hearing of the case. So I did it. I did a memo to the Attorney General to brief him of what we were doing. But later on, the Attorney General said that all the cases I investigated, they never mandated me. One of them was, came through Panama Papers. You know about the Panama Papers? Mm-hmm. A Nigerian senator, former military governor, was mentioned that he has properties in offshore islands. Since I didn't have the structures to investigate this issue, which is overseas, I went to the DG, NIA, said, look, please, let us work together to do this investigation. And they did the investigation. The report was sent to me. I sent one to the president and I sent one to the Attorney General that this man has over 200 million pounds in the offshore islands.
A former governor, a sitting senator.
He's no longer in the Senate.
No, at the time.
At that time, he was a sitting senator. But he had been president of the Nigerian Senate.
But nothing happened.
Not till today. What of the $69 billion? I got a letter, I didn't prompt them, from an American law firm saying that they have assets or access to a bank account in Texas that has over 69 billion US dollars. Proceeds from stolen crude oil. And the 9 billion, 69, the proceeds from the crude oil is 60 billion. The 9 billion is, they mentioned the name, Patrick Aziza.
Are you listening? Everything the man recovered was given back to the owners or the criminals that stole them. 100 or whether it's a 1000 CS class Mercedes Benz, tinted blue, bulletproof, all of them were given back to the owner. This oil will not the fight for. This same oil in our land, though, in Biafra land, the Fulani they use and do anything. Don't pull a make on the list, my people. I have been saying this. Your enemy are not your brothers that are taking little keg of oil to sell because they are hungry, they want to eat. You catch them, you nab them, they are criminals, they are bunkers, oil thief. You see military trooping in your land, they are searching criminals, oil theft. Every minute, oil theft, oil theft, oil theft. Why the people that are sending the military are the people stealing the oil? Stealing the oil. They have oil farms. And that one is not my problem is that they will make us to believe that our brothers are our enemies, and we foolishly buy into that. See, go to riverine area. The problem we have there is that they tell you that these ones in this creek are your enemy. They are stealing oil. They are doing illegal bunkering. They are doing illegal refinery. And so what? If a Fulani man from north can come and steal oil in the so-called, you call yourself Niger Delta, South Delta, why can't you steal the same oil? Why should you allow a northerner to make you an enemy to your brother? He can come and take it. It is legal. But when your brother from the same mama, papa house come take him, you call him criminal. You go catch and go give them. You think say you get sense. That's why I say common sense, they know they sell them for market. Common sense, you know they for education. No. Common sense say, now you go get a come out from your mama and papa belly. Common sense. Common sense will tell you that your enemies are not those small criminals. Your enemies are those that say I let the poor breathe. They are the enemies because they are the oppressors. The worst enemy in this life is your oppressor, but you don't know. You leave your oppressor where they oppress you. They look for person waiting food. You go get them. Hey, killer, bam. You are happy. You are mobbing a criminal, a thief, petty thief. Wait thief telephone. Now, even kuma when somebody thief pencil, biro, una go mob am. Our people should learn. We must learn. Listen to him.
Yes, to a bank account in Texas that has over 69 billion US dollars. Proceeds from stolen crude oil. And
are you getting it? $169 billion frozen from, and the returner me find all these things out. Can give the person back. At the end, you go hear what happened to him.
And the 9 billion, 69, the proceeds from the crude oil is 60 billion. The 9 billion is, they mentioned the name, Patrick Aziza, who was National Security Advisor. And I thought it was beyond me, so I wrote to the president that this is what this firm has, alleged. Yes, that they are asking for money. That if we make some payment available, that they will give us the bank, not the holders of the account number, the bank accounts, and so forth and so on. So I went to the president and said, approve, so that we can recover this money. 69 billion, it's a lot of money. Of course, nothing came out of it.
Up to now.
I also did a letter to Attorney General to brief him. But do you know what he said? The day he saw my wife, he laughed in a very sarcastic manner. I think Obla claimed that he would recover 69 billion US dollars. As he recovered the money, he was being sarcastic. How would I recover the money when you didn't act as the Attorney General? You know, somebody has said, look, we have $69 billion of Nigeria.
$69 billion. And you know who be the Attorney General? Malami. When we tell you that Nigeria was not meant to live, to be a country, but a land of doom, you know, understand them. There was that film they called Circle of Doom that time. I don't remember again. I think the Circle of Doom. Circle of Doom. So this country is country of doom. You dare not. If you are, that is why we are telling you that Nigeria is not a country. The problem of Nigeria is not about the personnel. It's not about personnel changes or personnel being the person being a prophet or God. Even if you bring Jesus Christ from heaven to come and manage Nigeria, Nigeria will turn him upside down and he will become a Nigerian. You employ this man, make he can't do work. Investigate who loot money, who steal money, who steal Nigeria property. He find whether 169 vehicles you carry and give back the owners. He find 90 billion dollars. You say you they laugh at me, say, Shebi, you say you go recover. Come recover, make I see you now. He go report to president, you president. This is something you will see. After seeing it, you will know that Nigeria is a joke. A joke. Pure joke. Complete joke. Complete joke.
Money in a bank account in America.
And the government did not take action.
Nothing. Look, it's in the media. If you look at Punch published the story. Punch published the story. Even when Buhari was in office, they did. I think if I would download it and send it to you, nothing was done.
It feels like the government you work for was a failure in that respect.
Why I have said so, that I was disappointed, because I believe so much in, the former president, and I worked passionately for him.
But I mean, would you attribute the underdevelopment of our country today to corruption?
Why not? Look, if you can, somebody can take $69 billion out of Nigeria. If we have $69 billion, our universities will change, our polytechnics, our secondary schools, we'll have water, and this is just a tip. That is just a tip of the iceberg.
There are so much more.
And then, after this man don't they do, they one. He go discover this one. They tell us say cool down. They carry waiting he discover $169 billion. And you are here looking for common 60,000 naira to pay workers, fit pay. But somebody that buy car of $40 million, $400 million, I mean to say. And you are here waiting to get 2027 election, presidential election, you will win. And you are here congratulating Nigeria for sending military in your land, in your mama land. You are sending military in your mama land to go and take over, mount roadblock in your land that you have Navy checkpoint. You have army checkpoint. You have police checkpoint. You have road safety checkpoint. You have an Air Force checkpoint. You have custom checkpoint. You have a, what do you call him? Yellow fever checkpoint. All of them. You are congratulating them. When we tell you that Nigeria is not for you, and the very simple truth. And Nigeria can never, ever be for you. Why? I want us to cool down and watch this video for you to understand that we have already won this war. When you see our prime minister look like this and smile and say, we have already won this battle. We won before we started. Let us go. This is a video you will listen from beginning to end. Let's go.
Program is State Affairs. Chief Tola Adeni, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm happy to be with you as well.
Let's look at the Fulani question clearly.
Yes.
Where is the Fulani question taking Nigeria?
Well, there's only one way it is taking Nigeria, is to destroy the country, to destroy the space. Well, it has destroyed the country, and that's why I say we have now a space, is to...
Are you getting the message? What is this Fulani question all about? And what did the man tell you? To do what? To build Nigeria, to establish Nigeria, to develop Nigeria. What did you hear? To destroy. That is why when you hear Chetima tell you, restructuring my food, I was thinking he's coming to tell us something good. He come here and all he is telling us restructuring. Restructuring my food. To hell with the restructuring. Is what a president to vice president told you. Oh, and you believe in Nigeria. Listen.
Take over that space and drive away. Kill as many as they can kill. Rape as many as they can rape. Do whatever, plunder as many as much they can. And take ownership of a place that never belonged to them. That is where they are taking Nigeria to. And the resistance that will follow their ambition, their nefarious plans, is that will bring now the confrontation that will nail the coffin of a place they used to call Nigeria.
It will nail it?
Oh yes, certainly.
There's already a coffin?
Certainly. There's no doubt in my mind. The Fulani are, they may be politically savvy because of their advisors in Britain and US.
If you listen to this video, I will play all of them to the end. This is a video interview that took place 4 years ago. I didn't say 4 days. 4 years ago, probably in the year 2020 or 2019. This interview took place. And everything this man said in this video has happened. The ones that have not happened are the ones happening now. Listen.
They are too unintelligent to want to take over the space called Nigeria. They are too unintelligent to think that they can ever become owners of this place. It's just not possible.
Is that not a conspiracy
Intelligent
theory?
people will not attempt. Any intelligent people who cannot take over ordinary Biram in Plateau State, who have tried for more than 25 years and they have not been able to conquer Biram, just Biram, and take it over, who have never dared to attack a single village in Lantan, will now dream that they can overrun the entire Igbo land or overrun a Yoruba land.
But where is that theory coming from?
Which theory?
This theory of Fulani wanting to take over our land. Is it not a conspiracy theory that might tear us apart?
No, it's not a conspiracy theory. They tried in Plateau. Plateau is almost 100% a Christian place. Bauchi is about 80% Christian. Nasarawa is about 90% Christian. Niger State is about 60% Christian. But see what is there now. Benue had been completely ravished. Kogi State is under continuous attack. And they come, they displace the people there, they settle there. When you go to Sango Katav has virtually become a Fulani enclave, which wasn't so 20 years ago. It wasn't so during the time Lekwot gave them resistance. What I'm saying, therefore, is that the way they have plundered Benue, that people there can no longer go to their farms, they go into the houses, kidnap, rape, so on and so forth. The plan is to continue, once they will have taken over the whole place, is now to move downward south. Like they've now moved to the east, they've moved to south, they've been killing people in Delta, they're doing the same thing in Yoruba land. Let me land. You can now see that it is the same pattern. That was the way it started when between 1804 and 1880, Yumfa, the supreme head of the Hausa kingdoms, of the Hausa 7 kingdoms, were massacred, and they took over and then installed emirs in these places. And they've not relented. It's the same dream that they want to continue now that they had a man who had greater sympathy for their cause than they ever had.
Then what is unique about the Fulani that gives the Fulani the boldness to make the attempts you have just described, which the Sultan will not agree with you?
I know Sultan now, they've now seen, that's what I'm saying, they've now seen that it's not possible, that they're just being stupid and misguided by their few leaders who are selfish and ignorant. Albright, the former U.S. Secretary of State, warned the United States that you are becoming the most hated country in the world because of the way you are behaving. So that's the same way now Sanusi and the general in Sokoto, who is a sultan, they are also warning their people that if you are not careful, the way you are going with this, your madness, you become so hated. What is it that's emboldening you that you continue this murderous journey?
Chief Adeni, from your analysis, it has been an ongoing process, right?
Yes, since 1804.
So it's not about Buhari?
No, not to do with Buhari. But they found a champion in Buhari when he came to power.
When you say...
Did somebody hear him? This started since 1804. It did not just start in 19th centuries. 1804 century, 18th centuries, 04. At the beginning of 18th century, 1804, it didn't say 1884, 1804, just immediately they got into 18th century, they began this thing happening now. So this is something that they have been doing gradually. They have been doing it, and they have been coming. That been converging in this country you call Nigeria till now. That even the governor of Niger State can proudly come to announce to you that they are happy to announce to you. He is happy to announce to you that Niger State have the highest number of Fulanese, that the whole Fulanese from all over the world converge in Niger State. And Niger State have the highest maximum number of the Fulanese in the whole world. And he repeated, I did not say in this Nigeria or Africa, in the whole world. And he went on, I quote, we don't want them to leave. We don't want them to leave. They are coming and they should be coming. And you want Nigeria as your country. I wonder what is inside here for your own.
A champion? How
Yes.
do you mean?
Because he's the president of the, he's the patron of the Mietala.
So that does not mean he's supporting them. He's just a Fulani man.
No.
It's just a coincidence.
No. Is the one, is the head of state, is the one that has agreed to rehabilitation of the so-called Boko Haram people. Is the one that has agreed that 1,400 of them be rehabilitated back into the army. What other evidence do you need? What other evidence do you need?
But this is not the first time people who fought a war are being taken into the army. It has happened in other parts of the world.
No. They didn't fight a war. You cannot talk. We are talking of insurgents.
It's not a war.
No. Insurgents are different from fighting a war. These are murderers.
Even the FARC rebels in Colombia, some of them have been given space to come in.
Colombians were not waging you have to make the difference in all these things. Colombia, Biafra, whatever, they were not motivated by a mad project of overrunning people and taking over their land. In Colombia and others, they were fighting majorly on drugs. In Biafra, they wanted to have their own country. It's different from somebody setting out to say, I want to take you out of your number 2 in Bodija and drive you out of your room and your house or your family and go into the bush and take over your family and take over your place. There are not a question of saying people have been fighting wars and they have been rehabilitated. No, this is a different thing. You don't ever rehabilitate insurgents.
So how do we counter what is called?
But Nigeria do not only rehabilitate them. Nigeria reintegrates them. I have videos. They reintegrate Taos into police. They reintegrate Taos into army. They reintegrate army into they reintegrate Boko Haram into military, into customs. We know this one no be story now. We all see, we all know. We have been seeing them. We have been know. They have been unknown. Now normal thing now. Who know? Why they look me like say you don't know? Not true. You know say not true. Even Buhari confirm. Even Tinubu confirm say na so they rule. We can know. All of them know. Abaribe confirmed. That is the way they roll. Nigeria.
The Fulani invasion. How can it be countered in the interest of the Nigerian state?
The way it's being countered, one of the ways, now the Yoruba are started with their Amotekun. I'm sure even though the Igbo nation agreed that they will, that is their governors, not their people. The governors say, okay, we'll go with community policing, which is still extension of Nigerian police, which is ineffective and compromised. But when they say,
did you get what a Yoruba man has been telling you? This 4 years ago, he told you that the politicians have agreed not for the people, against the will of the people, but Yorubas came together and agreed with the will of the people. They got the mandate of the people to form a Amoteku for them. But in our own in Biafra land, they will tell you community policing, Ebobago, Asawana, Asari Dokobo, all against the will of the people, without the consent of the people. Nothing, you are not bothered. You are nothing. You are not, to them, you are not existing. You are not important. This is why you must fight more hard for this Biafra to come. They have made you nobody. You have to prove to them that you are not what they have think or thought or made you to be or looked or designed you to be. They are oppressors. They are frustrators.
Igbo had dissociated themselves from the governor's agreement that they will just do community policing.
Are you getting it? That Igbo disassociated themselves from the plans of the governor to give them community police. The plan of the community policing was rejected by the Igbo. And And by the way, they went on with their community policing. The community policing where you get a Fulani man to be your superintendent in your own house. The community policing where your DPO, your inspector, your top officers are northerners, are Fulanese, probably repentant Boko Haram or ISWAP or ISIS or insurgents. They are in control. This is what the people that wear red cap in the name of governor and politicians will go and bring for you. And when you come, he will sit down and tell you, you are my son. Who is your son? I'm not your son. God forbid. I'm not your son. We are not your sons. We are not your children. Onye agbata obi mmadụ bụ nwanne ya. Ọkwa onye isi n'aka ya bụ mmadụ ka ị ga-akpọ mama. You cannot be our father. You have none of them. The only name they can go come out and say you are my children. Everybody go say yes, daddy. It is say an elder is because you have white hair. It didn't say an elder is because you are 200 years old. No, an elder is somebody when ogugisi. Only if you don't have ogugisi, you are not an elder. Agua elders are when we are asking of the oldest, you will come out. We have the oldest intelligent and we have the oldest fools. So when we call when we call oldest, you can come out. When you can come out, and then the rest of you can come out as an old people. People like Okwa Dikede. When you call old people, you come out. We are not calling of elders. You are all old people, not elders. Bible said, is any of you sick, let him call the elders to pray for him. Doesn't mean you are going to look for an elder that doesn't know how to pray. We are not looking for who to call father. We know who be our papa.
And that they're going to do their own Amotekun or something similar to that. The South is also doing the same. So that is one of the ways they're going to counter this madness. But more than that, whether you have a Amotekun or you have whatever other vigilante or whatever associations you may have that want to fight and so intrusion to their lands, people now are emboldened to claim their lands. Nobody anywhere in Nigeria, even in Katsina, even in Zamfara, even in Nasarawa, nobody now is afraid of the so-called Fulani. And so, now that's why I'm saying sooner or later, it will come to the open. They put veil on the eyes and faces of so many people for maybe 200 years, but that veil has fallen off.
I don't know if your veil is still there. Bible said that Jesus died, the veil in the temple tore from top to bottom. Onye kechini anya ahụmụzọ. The blind now sees. On the day that Nigeria died, I see the Lord. Like the Bible says, on the year that King Hosea died, my eyes see the Lord. The evil must die for you to see glory. The veil don't come out to, there your eyes again. The veil where they use cover our, na Yoruba man they teach you something where we supposed to know. Na Yoruba man now they tell us. Have you seen any Igbo man coming out to give this kind of education in the public? They will not come out. They are all cowards everywhere. We call Yoruba people coward, but they will come out, come talk freely. Our honor to fight each other, to kill each other, to neglect each other, to fight the other person because why must you be the one to lead? Who give you power to lead? Why more you don't know I have been here? I am the Godfather. You must come and bow to me. That is why Uriah said, nobody told me. Nobody brought to my notice that there were Biafra Remembrance Day, Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day. That is their foolishness. They don't think. You heard that the Biafra Remembrance Day is going on. You said that they should come and consult you first. And by the way, ask Iweanyanwu, has Iweanyanwu not been alive before? Was he dead and just rose up yesterday that he don't know about Biafra Remembrance Day? This Biafran Armed Forces Remembrance Day that has been happening for years, all of a sudden it's today that Iweanyanwu is hearing of it for the first time. Wicked people everywhere.
And so you cannot have anybody that will submit to intimidation from any other section of this country again, of this space.
The Igbos are spitting fire.
Yes.
The Yorubas are spitting fire.
Yes.
Even the Fulanis are spitting fire. Do we want to set the country ablaze?
You are a seasoned broadcast journalist, very intelligent, educated. You know, sir, that the country is already on fire. The country has been on fire maybe in the last 8 years, but the fire became more pronounced in the last 4 or 5 years. The country has been on fire.
We can douse the tension, can't we?
We can douse the tension if just one thing, if those who are sponsoring the aggression can call the aggressors to order.
Is the Sultan as influential as he should be?
He ought to be more influential. It's not as much as I agree with you. Otherwise, they won't be stoning his palace 2 weeks ago in Sokoto. But having said that, the Sultan, to a large extent, is respected beyond Sokoto because a lot of people see him as a bridge builder. A lot of people see him as fairly being level-headed. A lot of people see him as a Fulani Sultan that is reasonable. He has a master's degree. He was general in the Nigerian army, and they expect that he will use his education, exposure, and obeying nature to influence the course of things. So even if he doesn't have as much influence as he ought to have had, I think he can build it up gradually because people like myself, my humble self, tend to see some respectability around him, which we believe can help in galvanizing his people to a path of reason.
You know, some would say that the North is caught up in its past, in the conflict it's created.
That's right.
It remains one of the poorest zones in Nigeria.
The poorest, not one, certainly the poorest.
And we're talking about the Northwest here.
The poorest in Africa, if you want to say.
And if you look at them, has become the zone of conflict.
Yes.
Even in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You have bandits in Katsina.
That's right.
Bandits in Zamfara.
In Sokoto.
Do you think the leadership of the North now knows that something is wrong with the past?
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I'm not talking about leadership, the political leadership.
Political leadership, unfortunately, no. Because if they were, I wouldn't expect the man in Plateau supporting Abuja. I wouldn't expect the man even in Taraba supporting Abuja. I wouldn't expect even the man in Katsina, who is currently paying, whose people are paying 1,000 per head to their attackers, to still be praising Buhari's government. But the ordinary folks in these areas are beginning to see reason, and they are not towing the lines of their political leaders. I'm sure if elections had been free and fair, no way Lalong, whatever his name is, could have become governor in Plateau. They would have probably chosen Jeremiah Hosseini. But because we didn't have elections since Buhari came to power, we've had all sorts of people claiming political leadership over their people. And that was what we have. So if you say political leadership, if you say, do they see danger in what is happening, And I say no, it is because the so-called political leadership is not representative of the people in these areas.
That's a region that has the largest number of out-of-school children.
Yes, again in the world, not only in Nigeria, in the world.
How did we allow this to happen as a country? Because you cannot exonerate the South from the conflict of the Nigerian state.
Well, I don't know whether we allowed it. And I'll give you a reason. From the South, Zik won against it in 1964. Obafemi Awolowo won against it about the same time. Even as recently as 6-7 years ago, President Jonathan built almost 200 Almajiri schools in the north to make sure that their children go to school. So what else do you want the South to do? The Southern leadership.
Jonathan built the schools. What happened? They destroyed the schools. When they say that Boko Haram is right, demanding for their own education, that they don't want Western education, that is their anger. Jonathan went and built schools, their own Amajiri schools for them. And they still what? They destroyed the school. These are the same people that told you, we don't want your Western education. We want the school of Amajiri. So Jonathan said, no problem. I will build you. He built the school. About 21. I mean, how many? Let me rewind it. So you see, he built the school, but they destroyed all the schools. All of them.
From the South, Zik won against it in 1964.
Listen again.
Obafemi Awolowo won against it about the same time. Even as recently as 6-7 years ago, President Jonathan built almost 200 Almajiri schools.
200 Almajiri schools. And they destroyed them. They don't want them. So when you see the Fulefu people be running up and down telling you they don't get to school, they don't go to school, we have to build them and collect them to cut the school. They need to be educated. Da, 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 da. When I look at P2B, I laugh. Because he has made himself evil against his own people. Over 200 schools built for these people. How many were built in your land? How many? Yesterday, we see the one where they follow. Hope Uzodama go, they destroy him. He no build anyone though. Hope Uzodama never build one nursery, one daycare, common daycare. He did not build, but he is destroying the school that has been there, maybe before he was born even. Is for you to get the message. We have sacrificed enough. It's time to say no more being the sacrificial lamb that we are being our fathers, our grandfathers, our ancestors, we all have done until now. Is to live a life, to have a taste of life. That is why you run away. You are in California, you are in Canada, you are in Australia, you are in Japan, you are in Russia. Those of you that have never been in snow will not understand what it is. You live in a place. Do you know when I was in Swiss? I was in Swiss in an area called La Chaux-de-Fonds. One day, I was outside before going home, it snowed. It was snowing slowly. We went out now. When we want to come back, do you know the snow that we got to a place to enter train to go back? They tell you say road no pass. You know what happened? Snow will fall, cover the whole building. You no go see house. You wait, if you look like this, you go see everything white. You cannot see a roof. Everything was covered. So what you do inside your house, on your heater, finish. Maybe under 12 hours or 10 hours, the thing will start melting away. And then caterpillar will begin to clear the road. They go there pour salt with a helicopter. And with the helicopter, they go they throw salt from air. They go they scatter them, they go they melt them. People are suffering. It's not the lifestyle they want to live. What thing they do, if you show your card, you they live for a place where they affected, they go give you one place will be like hall, give you foam, give you mattress, give you tea, give you plate. You go take shop food. You shop for that night, you shop for in the morning before you come out. This is where we call a nation, a country, not even forest. Make it that kind of thing happen for Nigeria. That night, you go naked now. They go even come out your cloth. That one where you come out for, where you wear for cold, they go tear them for your body come out. We need to go home.
In the north, to make sure that their children go to school. So what else do you want the South to do? The Southern leadership had always been preaching against this lawlessness, this neglect of your people. They just wouldn't listen because culturally, it pays them to have some people down. In 1984, Professor Jubril Aminu was Minister of Education. Yes, in 1884, in The Guardian, he said, if everybody was educated, if we allow our people to be educated, who will be the gardener, who will be the driver, who will be the cook, who will be the gateman? He said so. And
but there's some logic in that.
There's no logic in that.
Who talks so? Fulani man. So they don't need schools. They need them to be their headers. They need to give them gun and tell them to come to Biafra land and murder people. Go to Yoruba land and murder people. Because they don't want interruption when they go to milk your oil. They tell you, say you don't need to go to school. People like Dave Umahi say, you should not go to school. That's when I look Dave Umahi, I see Fulani 100%. Not undiluted. Undiluted Fulani. Dave Umahi open mouth for public, say you should not go to school. If you manage go secondary school, you don't try. You don't need to suffer yourself going to university because after going, after all, you will not get job. What somebody said. A governor. This Fulani man say, if everybody, they tell him about education. He say, if everybody go to school, who go be our cleaner? Who go be our header? Who go be our shoe shiner? Who go be the majiris? We go come the bow down. We go they give them. We go they share rice for them. Understand. But these people will go to Western world, America, Europe, Asia, they will enjoy it. Do you see Amajiris there? Do you see beggars there? No. They want people frustrated. That's why I tell you they are frustrators and they are frustrators. They are oppressors. They are frustrators.
You could still be a gardener, be an educated gardener. We have gardeners in UK, we have gardeners in Canada, but they're educated. The secretary of my college lives in a bigger house than I live.
Perhaps he was talking about education to the graduate level, to the university level.
The husband is a taxi driver. The taxi driver's house is bigger than my own house. And I've been in Canada for 25 years. So you need education, whether you are going to be a tailor. My tailor in Canada has a master's degree. From Nigeria here, I encourage him to come to Canada. He has a master's degree. And he's a tailor. But rather than collect 5,000 here for sewing this, he collects $300 for making agbada in Canada. So you can't say there is logic in what you're saying. I went to Abacha in 1992. I said, let's build modern houses. I brought in what we call the third panel, 3D panel technology from Austria. And I went to Abacha. I said, look, my friend. He said, no, that's not our culture. Our culture is that people should live in huts and live in the villages and live in the bushes. I said, but you are living here in the city of Lagos. Which culture are you talking about? You are brought up in Ibadan. What culture? He said that's their culture.
Insisting on the social structure.
Yes, he said they should be living in their bushes and and so on and so forth.
And now they are running with guns on the street.
Exactly, because those children have been left unattended to.
And they are running down south too.
Exactly,
because there's displacement in the north.
One of my boys, when I was chairman MD of Daily Times, one of the gatemen there told me that a Fulani man or wherever we came from, he said he had been married 50 times. He was under 40 years of age.
50 times?
Yes, and he had more than 60 children. And he does not know where any of the children is.
The program is State Affairs. Chief
This is what has been injected into them. Go into the world and they multiply. Are you getting it? He's been married for more than 60 times, 50 times, and he have over 60 children scattered. He don't know, and he don't care to know. In as much as that is why when they see any woman not to create one and give them belly, nine be their own. That is why they are interested in abducting female children. They are interested more in Omuwai. More.
Welcome back. Chief Tola Adeni is on State Affairs. We are discussing the Fulani question in Nigeria. And the Fulani question is also the Nigerian question. I could remember discussing the Igbo question. As you discuss whatever question, other names come into the picture. Looking at the Fulani question again.
Yes.
It's like it is a warrior tribe.
Yes.
A tribe always on the mission of conquest.
Yes.
It's not just the Nigerian problem as we talk.
No.
There's also the Fulani problem in Mali.
In Mali.
It's raising its head in Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. In Cameroon.
In Cameroon. There's this conflict.
In Senegal.
Have we really sat down?
In Central African Republic.
Have we sat down to say, let's work out a comprehensive framework to solve the Fulani problem beyond the issues of emotion?
Yes, I know. Well, you're right. And I will also agree with you that we should look at them beyond emotion. The Fulani as a people may have come from the union between the Berbers and some remnants of down south of the Sudan, that area and so on, intermarriages and so on and so forth. But the truth of their history is that they never, ever built even a village. They are just a wandering people. They are just like the gypsies of Europe. That's who they are. They are gypsies. They are what Ekwensi called Sokugo.
In the novel Born in Grass.
Yes, the Sokugos. And because they are stateless, they are townless, they are villageless, they've always roamed about in the bushes and so on and so forth.
So let's give them citizenship of states.
Yeah, but the way they grew, the way they emerged, in fact, giving them a state is anathema to what they consider to be their culture. They grew up with animals.
Culture is not constant.
I know that is the majority of them have resisted change.
Because we.
Did you hear that? They grew up with animals. They don't grow with human beings. Imagine a child of 4 years has begun to follow cows, drink the milk of that cow when he's hungry, eat the deficits poo of that cow. They eat them. You know, say that they eat the poo of cow. They say a blessing. Sometimes they go use something, pin the cow, the blood go come and they go drink them. Drink the milk, waka go on. The same cow, sometimes the cow go piss, they go drink and when they no see water. Well, go and watch it there. It's not be saying a secret, not me that talk am. I know they educate you and they tell you waiting day everywhere. Everybody supposed to know me. They in the open, no be secret. They drink cow water, they drink cow piss, they eat cow shit, they drink cow blood. A live cow no be when e month. When e die alive, when one drink blood, they go chook am, the blood go come out. When they take their enough the amount when they want to, they go block am. These are human beings. They don't know how to live with anybody. They only know how to live with animals. That's why to them you are nothing. That is why to them cow is valuable. You as a human being has nothing to offer them. They don't know you. That is why they create a cow, they create a goat, they create a sheep. With love, romantically. But when they see a human being, they clear them by force. Because to them, you human beings are now the animals. Why the animals are the original human beings? That is why they can go to the Senate, Red Chamber to tell you to give them citizenship. And you see, this authoritatively, it must come. They must get it. Because whatever the Fulani demand, they get.
We're not giving them education.
No. There were some of them who were educated, who had opportunities in the countries where they were, but they deliberately, those who emerged and they were educated, preferred having their majority still being underdogs so that they could continue to exploit them and use their state, the state of their being, to take advantage of the larger communities which those who have now escaped from these bushes are now settled. I'll tell you what they're doing. I've just cited the case of Jubril Aminu. And Aminu Kano, a Hausa man, fought this something to ground. He was, Aminu Kano, God bless his soul, or said, look, let us rehabilitate these Fulanis. Let's give them a space. Let them be somewhere. But the thing is that those of them that emerged, like Sadarino, like even Danfodio, not only will they not want to allow the larger communities among themselves to settle down, they would rather just be a minority. When they conquer a place, make themselves the emir of the place and allow their own members to still be roaming the forest. Because they were, those who didn't escape this forest life, they were brought up with cows. They think like cows. They, like somebody observed, they lived in the jungle with snakes, with cobras. So their thinking has never gone beyond that animal level. So when you see them carrying guns, when you see them raping and killing people, that is their mentality, that is the level of their reasoning, that's the level of their development, of their civilization.
But Chief, if this persists
Yes.
in a state where we have intelligentsia,
Yes.
is it not failure on our part not to have come up with countermeasures to rehabilitate their minds and use their energy for development?
We ought to. We should have. That was why Awolowo wanted to be president of the whole of the country, so I could spread the kind of civilization he brought to the Western region, which Zik also brought to the Eastern region.
Which Ahmadu Bello tried to bring to the Northern region.
Which Ahmadu Bello tried to bring to the Northern region. But they resisted. Ahmadu Bello tried, but Ahmadu Bello still preferred the Fulani dictating the pace everywhere, even in the north, which was not the case in the south. When Awolowo brought Western education to the west, it did not discriminate between the Yoruba or the Edo or the Ijaw in Western region. Azikiwe or Okpara did not discriminate between the Igbo or the Kalabari or the Efik or the Anang or the Ijaw in the Eastern region at that time. Unlike the case of Ahmadu Bello, what he did was to ensure that he created fiefdoms. He created fiefdoms and made sure that the owners of such nationalities were brought under. And so they could not influence the global picture, even of the Northern region, which ought to have been.
Even the colonialists could not influence the social structures of the North.
Because they didn't, exactly, now you are talking, they did not allow it.
Or the colonialists allowed it.
No, because to their own advantage.
The
colonialists realized that they could not take an Igbo man for granted. They could not take a Yoruba for granted. They could not take an Ijaw man for granted. But they found that these people who were more interested, the Fulani were more interested in just preserving their own status quo and allowing the rest of the North to be underdogs, which suited their own philosophy, and which also allowed the British to do their ruling by indirect rule for them. So it paid both of them to be what they were, to remain as they were. And that's why they remained stagnant. It's not a question of why didn't we create a template to uplift them or to take them out of the woods. It was because, one, they say it is their culture. Two, it pays their leadership, the few that had escaped from the bushes, to subjugate the rest of their people.
Is religion a problem here?
The average Fulani person is not a religious animal. We have so many friends among them. They drink, they fornicate, they do all the things that all human beings do. So it's not a question of religion. There's no question of anybody being truly a Muslim there, you know.
I beg you continue to listen. He is coming to a place that is our concern and of our interest. And I beg, try and like this program, please. Just try and like. Thank you.
Even I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who anytime he came to me in my official residence, he would put brandy or whiskey in a mug and be drinking, and he would smoke and all that. So I don't think it's religion. When they started this Sharia, how many of them are obeying the Sharia? How many of them? No, not many of their leaders. So it's not religion per se, but they use religion to deceive people and say, Hausas were not Muslims at all. So they say, well, let's give you a superior religion, we'll give you Islam. But that didn't apply to the South, because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So truly what we are fighting against, or what is going on, is clash of culture.
And civilizations.
And civilizations.
That's right.
Not really the Fulani versus the Igbo, or the Fulani versus the Yoruba.
No.
It's clash of civilizations.
Yes, clash of civilizations and clash of cultures. Yes, you're right.
That means we have not really integrated as a people.
Never. We have never been.
So the word the Nigerian people is a fallacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because, again, in those days, you will say there have always been Igbo markets, Hausa markets in Enugu. There have always been sabos in Shagamu. But those sabos were occupied by Hausas. Hausas are peaceful people. We traded in Kola North. We did even the few Fulanis that came with them at that time, when you had a sabo in Shagamu or in Ibadan here, they would still look for one Fulani man and make him their Seriki.
How did the Hausa accept
They were subdued.
Fulani?
They were subdued.
Despite their large number.
Yes, they were subdued. Of course, they killed, they ruined, they extirpated their 7 kingdoms. They killed their 7 rulers and took over under the guise of religion. Another thing they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are sent. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
But the jihad is over. How come the Hausa man is yet to claim that Hausaness again?
It's just now that the efforts we are making in the south have begun to yield fruits. You will be surprised to hear that now in Hausa land, we now have Hausa Christians. Never had that before. Never.
You have Hausa Christian, you have Hausa Igbo, you have Hausa Fulani, you have Hausa Calabar, you have Hausa Yoruba. This is the way they penetrate you. And these people that tell you they are Hausa Igbo, they are Hausa Yoruba, they are Hausa Delta, they are Hausa Ijo, they are not Hausa in the real sense. They are all Funanis. They are all Funanis, because we don't come carry all of them join together. Originally, Hausa people, they are good people. And the Hausa people, now they be all these people wait there for Lower Kaduna, Jos, Plateau, some part of Benue, we they call them Hausa, but they don't be real Hausa. These people you call Funanis, if you bring the map, will be Nigerian map, they know they inside. They be, I don't know, for Italy, they call them Zengere. Zengere na Waka Waka, they know they get house. Anywhere they see, they go perch like a bird. For here, for Spain, they call them, what did they call them again for here? I don't forget what they call them for here. They be like alaye, name they resemble touts. Now so Fulani dey. Fulani no get land anywhere. So anything you see them take, na criminality. When they come to the area north, called the northern Nigeria, they come there, they make when they come, they go come friendly. They will come in friendly way. They will make you believe they are friendly. They will make you believe they are lovable people. And then they go enter you. When they enter you, they go take over. If you listen to him very well, he said that when they came in, initially, they come begin to tell the Hausa people, say, una leader, they corrupt. Therefore, they removed the leaders. And then they took over the leadership. This is what they call Takia, a system where they use take over the leadership of Hausas. That's why they are now. You go to Hausa, you go to Kano, Kaduna, Medugri, all this, everywhere in the north, they are the real owners now. The original Hausas don't run, come out. And those who remain there, they remain like slaves. They know they talk. Because if you talk, they murder you. And that is what they are trying to do in our land. That is why now they have emir of Igbo land in Owerri, emir of Igbo land in Aba, emir in Calabar. They have in Calabar, been in Calabar. They have in Uyo. They have in Ekom. They have everywhere. They have their emirs. They have Amawosa everywhere. You go there, they speak Igbo, pass yourself, we be Igbo. That's why sometimes when people say, don't speak in Igbo language, I look at you, I laugh. Some people speak Igbo more than you, more fluently. They write them more than they. Some of us don't even sabi write Igbo, but they use Igbo. They go write Igbo adage for yourself. Where Igbo toro give dere self. That's why when you see people go and commit evil, they tell you they speak Igbo. And everybody will speak Igbo. Abi? As you there, I don't know, most of you are in Russia, in America, in Europe, or every other, you speak their language. Are you does it mean you are an indigenous person? You are not an indigenous person. Even with your passport, you are not indigenous. Go check your passport well. You go see say you know be indigenous person. One day, also get also don't fight for freedom now. Don't fight. Be fighting against us.
Now have Middle Belt Forum that are saying we are not Northerners, we are Middle Belters. We are not Northerners.
But what will happen now? They still classify, carry them, put for North. And the ugly part of it is that there are Igbos of yesterday where Obasanjo carried last going in the north. There are some Igbos from former Anambra State, former Enugu, former Ebonyi. He carried them, put for north. Now, tell me, when you want to talk now, they're going to tell you, what about your brothers in that have added to the Northerners? What about those ones? These ideas they bring to divide you, to devise your minds, to devise you, to separate you from your family. I said yesterday in a video we were watching, imagine that your papa born you, your papa born you on a day 5. You can't go because of land. You can't build house this side. Your brother go build this side. The other one build this side. As the one can't share new state now, they share this one, put for law. Share this one, put for data. Share the other one, put for the other side, the way go middle belt, where they call north. They don't separate all of you. Sure, you know. Tomorrow, when your children grow up, and somebody will come and tell them, do you know you all were Anambra? You go say a lie. I am from North. Isuma Wosa. Isuma Woso Zubo. If you ever call me an Igbo, I will fight you. I will kill you. By then, Igbo language don't come up for your mouth. That is why our prime minister stood on the ground that before you divide the people, you must get the consent of the people. You don't go wake up in the morning and cut family into two and carry this one, put here, carry this one, separating people for no reason. If you want to create a state, it should be the people that will agree. We don't want to belong here again. We don't want to be Igbo, we want to join Northerners. The same thing they did, they carry our people in Bakassi and give to Cameroon and tell them they are now Cameroonians. Not the way person know they see. That you doesn't matter, you are not important. They will make the decisions for you. They make the decision for you. They tell you how to live. They tell you what to live for. If you refuse, they will remove you. But thank God for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, who has come to stood the ground for us. May they come now.
Don't call us Northerners. Now, when you see a Jukun man or you see a Lantan man and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even draw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry. He will say Banzani. Because he knows that I'm superior to Hausa. Can you say I'm Hausa? But before now, before Buhari came to establish his suzerainty over Nigeria, We all lumped all of them together. We're northerners. And like I wrote some 4 years ago, there's no north. There's no north that we used to know. The north is dead. There's nothing called north anymore.
So there's a Fulani now standing on his own.
It's standing on its own. There's no more north. If they try any war today, oh God of mercy.
Are you getting it? Everybody has woken up. Today, if you be Fulani, you on your own. It's no longer the time they deceive the middle belters to fight Igbo. And everybody have come to their. Even Gowon is out of shame, carrying and swallowing shame and dying in shame that he is regretting what he did to the Biafrans. He is regretting. Even T.Y. Danjuma, they are all regretting. That was why you heard T.Y. Danjuma come out to tell you, fight for your life. If T.Y. Danjuma General, T.Y. Danjuma retired, could come out that fought to keep Nigeria, today coming out to tell you that Nigeria is your enemy, I wonder what you want to get again. You don't understand what T.Y. Danjuma meant in that video? When he told you that the security forces are colluded, that all the security forces collude with the insurgency. He said it. You don't know what he meant? What he meant is that I regretted and I will ever regret fighting to keep Nigeria. And he is telling you also that Nigeria is your worst nightmare. But people will just see it and say, hey. But he have told you everything he need to tell you.
Is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Of the ethnic cleansing mission of the bandits to also continue expanding their land grabbing agenda and to also cripple the economic progress of the people, because plateau
of a community here, the number of military troops that will enter and ransack the community and look for those to arrest because one cow has been killed. And now we have 33 corpses and a young boy of less than 5 years who has been beheaded. What has that young boy done to these evil people? We will not run away from our land. Even if they come tonight after us, we are killed, there will still be some people who will talk, and there will be young who will rise again. Amen. And so we ask that the government of Kaduna State and the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria, they should do the needful. They know what they should do to stop this evil. They know it. I have said it, and let me repeat myself again. If by mistake one cow is killed by any of the community here, the number of military troops that will enter and ransack the community and look for those to arrest because one cow has been killed.
That is it. That is what people called their country. That is what people said is their loving country. That is what P2B is defending, and he's like, although he would defend it because his family, his goat, his chicken is not even in that country he loves so much. If you love Nigeria, you, as I did so now, I no go gree carry my children go leave them for Nigeria. God forbid. I no go gree carry my children go keep them for Nigeria because I no like Nigeria. So when you see me coming out to now telling you, hey, Nigeria is beautiful. Hey, I want to be the president of Nigeria to make Nigeria governor to, I am a liar. That's why when you see people like P2B, Aisha Yusuf, that are telling you how good Nigeria is, beautiful, where is their family? Their family is not, where are their families? Their families are not there. Aisha Yusuf family is not there. Oh. None of them have their goat, their chicken, even their mosquito are not living in Nigeria. And they are telling you that Nigeria is good for you, but it's not good for their family. Huh? Nigeria is good for you, but it's not good for their family. Oh, I beg, listen, we are now in a place where we must take our land. Listen to the analysis and the truth about this man. When this man made this video, when this interview was conducted, our prime minister now has never emerged to take over the struggle, the restoration of Biafra. But today, I want you to hear.
The kind of cohesion you had in the army, in the military in 1966, will never happen again in this country, if there is a country at all. You will not find a Hausa soldier now, an Igbo soldier going to Enugu to kill a fellow Igbo. You will not even find an Igbo soldier coming to Ibadan to kill a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba soldier going to Enugu to kill an Igbo man. It will not happen again. So the Lantan people, the Benue people will never ever allow themselves to be used by any Fulani mischief maker.
So if I'm getting you right.
Did you hear him? When he meant Lantan Benue, Lantan or Benue are these people that are the people of T.Y. Danjuma, the people of Yakubu Gowon, and the rest of them. All the key factors in that 1967 to 70 genocide that were carried out in our land are people from the Middle Belt and Yoruba's key factors. But I'm happy that these Funanis you are talking about, they are cowards. They are cowards. They cannot stand up to fight. That is why they come by night and attack people. They come when people are sleeping and attack them. They go to farms where they see women, only women farming, and they murder them and they rape them and they steal from them. If they believe they have their guns, they have their weapons, if they believe they are men enough to fight, may they carry their weapons, come in broad daylight and confront the community. They can come. They will only come when people are sleeping and start shooting and burning houses because they are all cowards.
Right, your argument is that the Fulani hegemony has been broken.
Dead.
If the Fulani hegemony has been broken,
yes,
does it mean that the social structure of Nigeria is about to witness a very hard hit that will lead to a new Nigeria?
Yes, for those who agree with you to the extent of the fact that there are still some people who want a Nigeria, a group that I don't belong to. But for such people, yes, with the weakening of Fulani hegemony, there could be a Nigeria that will integrate the Soba Fulanis, the town Fulanis, and still reconstruct, rebuild, and then have a Nigeria that should be. But I, as a person, as Tola Deni, believe that it will take probably 1,000 years to change the mindset of a Fulani person whose philosophy is kill, maim, rape, send away people from their land and let me occupy it.
That is the bush Fulani.
It is the bush Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
And the town Fulani is more in number.
No! The town Fulani is less than 1%.
How did you get that figure?
Oh, go and find out. Let them allow a sense. What are the town Fulani? There are very few. The ones who have in Abuja. Or the few that dot spaces in Sokoto. I'm sure that you know that Sokoto, as we speak, is not a Fulani town.
Is it not?
No, that's a mistake we make. Zamfara is not a Fulani town. There are more houses in Zamfara than Fulani. There are more houses in Kano than Fulani.
But the Fulani govern.
They are a town. They are in charge.
Yes, so it's their town.
Yes. By subterfuge, by cunning, by crookedness, by all sorts of gimmickry.
Or by integration.
Not integration, by intimidation. And I said they are politically savvy. What they did to the rest of Nigeria, when they realized that the Fulani in the military, they could no longer use the military to retain power indefinitely. Since they've had power, they had access to the treasury, they say, oh yes, Edmond is from the east or wherever, brilliant man. He may likely oppose us and contest with us and rival us. Let's make him an ambassador. Let's give him an oil block. Let's make him a billionaire. We padlock his mouth.
Are you getting
Let's
it?
get an Abiola. Make him a billionaire. Let's get this. Let's get that. And make them big. They will never be able to look us in the face. Then we can continue.
Are you getting the message? So when you see people like Iweanyanwu coming to tell you they are looking for reintegration of the Igbos into political system of Nigeria, and they are looking for restructuring of Nigeria, all these are what they are doing just to please their masters. I want you to remember that Iweanyanwu, during being a senator or being a contractor, have been a criminal. All he has done is just trying to steal and steal and steal. They have favored him enough, and today they have called him, come. Remember, he told you in the public, Iweanyanwu said, he rejected the offer to be the Ohanese leaders. Remember, Iweanyanwu made it clear that they called him, he said no. They said him, you are the one to be the leader. You are the one. That's they imposed it on him because you have eaten from us enough. It's time for we to eat from you. We are now using you to shut the people's mouth. We are using you to set confusion. We are going to be using you to destabilize your people. We are going to be using you to deceiving your people, making them believe there is life even in the midst of death. We will use you to make them believe that Nigeria is working, even if you know it's not working. It doesn't count. What counts is what we want you to do. You do. Remember the other elder that said their job is to give hope to the youths. Even if they go to Abuja and they don't respond to them, they will continue to give hope to the youth. Do you remember that one?
Looting the treasury. We can continue. Once when we are in control of the treasury, we are in control of everywhere. So we can hire thugs. We can do whatever we would like. And that is why they introduced what I call plutocracy into Nigerian political etymology. Plutocracy.
Meaning?
Plutocracy is the government of the rich.
Yeah.
Oligarchy is the government of the muscle man. So the rich man will employ the muscle men and they'll be ruling. So you have the rich men who will employ thugs in Lagos, who will snatch boxes, who will prevent Igbos from voting, and then they will now have the government.
When he tell you this, they never grab a bow. This man another prophet. When this man talk, they never grab it. They never stole it. They never ran with it. 4 years ago. And fortunately, to fulfill the prophecy, last year, it was grabbed, it was stolen, it was hijacked, it was ran with. And people died for it. When people with foresight, there are people that God has given the foresight to tell you the future of what you claim to be your country, and yet you don't want to understand it. People are dying for not believing the truth. People die on daily basis for believing lies they were told about Nigeria, that Nigeria will work, that Nigeria is good, Nigeria is beautiful. When you hear prophecy like this, you do not want to listen. Because P2B will always be there to tell them, we are going to do our mandate in 2027.
That's why they have the plutocracy. But the plutocrats will still be ruling. And the oligarchs will still be their foot soldiers.
You know, you've always talked about how savvy the Fulani man is in politics.
Oh yes.
But you also have savvy politicians in the South.
They never had power.
They are beginning to have power.
Oh yes, now.
So they've learned
the power they have is still a few of them that, I mean, you can count those who have power on your fingertips. The fact that you have governors, I'm sure you're not referring to having APC governors who are Southerners or PDP governors or Southerners.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to.
No.
Is that not political power?
When you are a governor and you cannot give order to your chief security officer, you cannot command a commissioner of police in your state. You are a governor, you cannot pay your judges. You know, judges are being paid in Abuja. You know now that the salary of NTA staff, Nigerian Television Authority staff, all over Nigeria, their salaries are being paid straight from Abuja. You are a director of NTA in Enugu or NTA in Abeokuta. You cannot pay this. You cannot pay the salary of your staff from your office. Which power do they have? That they have to go to Abuja every month to collect doles to pay their salaries. So when we say some of them have power, you have some who have occupied position of power, but they are still just in office. It's only a few of them that are now trying to assert themselves to return, because now they've been pushed to that level by their people. Look at the case of Amotekun now. God save the soul of any Yoruba governor that will publicly go to the street and say, I don't support Amotekun. He knows that his parents will be killed. He knows.
Are you listening to what he's telling you? When you hear they're telling you Biafra is able, Simon, are you listening to what this man is telling you? Even you as a governor, come out open or in the secret and work against Amateku, they go eliminate your family. Look at it, he said it in the open, not even in the secret. But in Biafra, we focus in our freedom, and we are focusing, our army are focusing on the enemies. Not until Biafra get declared, don't I go see what thing go happen. Are you listening to what he said now? I'm going to rewind it for you to hear again. Even if you are a governor, you dare not. Because this is the will of the people. And the will of the people is what these people have taken away from our land, so that they will be able to do what they want. They tread on our will. They tread on our heads. They make sure that our will counts not. That's why they will go and create a bargain for you against your will. That is why we are not important. We don't count. The only thing that counts is what they tell you. Listen to him again. Listen.
Some of them have power. You have some who have occupied position of power, but they are still just in office. It's only a few of them that are now trying to assert themselves to return, because now they've been pushed to that level by their people. Look at the case of Amotekun now.
Listen.
God save the soul of any Yoruba governor that will publicly go to the street and say, I don't support Amotekun. He knows that his parents will be killed. He knows. No Yoruba governor will publicly say, I don't support Amotekun.
Now, before we round off, there is the Fulani question.
Yes.
There is the Igbo question.
Yes.
And there is the Yoruba question.
Yoruba question, yes.
We have been discussing the Fulani question.
Yes, sir.
If we don't resolve these questions, we'll go our ways, right?
Yes, certainly.
But we can answer these questions and build a one Nigeria that you don't want.
It is possible. Nothing is impossible, but it is difficult. Difficult in the sense is that by character, by pedigree, by culture, by level of civilization, we have one leg amongst these legs that believes in domination, that believes that others are inferior, they are infidels, and their own concept of their own religion tells them that these infidels have no right to live, to exist.
Their belief can be changed if they are engaged. Hitler had that belief.
Hitler was not, it wasn't a spiritual or faith. It's just a belief. We are now talking about faith. Faith is very emotional. Faith is very fundamental. Those who believe in God, it's very difficult to stop them from believing in God.
Despite this belief, we've been together since 1960.
I know. They did not, they had power, and the rest of the country allowed them to continue in the hope that it will change. But when you now had the great poverty in the north, you now had all these Amajis and have all these insurgents and all those, built up, that people now begin to say, no.
So that might be the shock that will create the change.
It might. I'm not saying it is impossible. I only say it's difficult. It's possible that the 4 million or thereabout Fulani who are terrorizing the rest of the country, it is possible for them to have a change of heart. It is possible. There's nothing impossible. If that happens, it will be a great day. But I don't see it happening, and I don't see it coming. What I see coming is that, like a people who are deaf and dumb, they want to pull the pillars holding a building on themselves and collapse.
Teacher Bento has spoken, right? Busola Babel.
Yeah.
Now, yes, Ugo one them they were ezigbo one them. Daniel, yes, you were not here in the beginning. If you were here in the beginning, you will hear the man told you that if Fulanese claim they are powerful, they are all cowards, he said. That truly, if they are powerful with their weapons and everything, why have they not been able to conquer Lantan? And I also tell you that these people called Fulanese are most coward people. And then, because they cannot confront anybody, they go with their machine guns, with their AKs, all sophisticated weapons. They attack armless people at night when they are sleeping. What stops you from going in the daytime to attack them? If you are a man, if you claim, and then talking about the warrior, the middle belt you talk about, they were the people that fought us in the war. Not Fulanese. There were no Fulanese among them. The Fulanese you see is that people like Buhari, Babangida, and rest of them. And the Babangida is not a complete Fulanese from the story I heard. But I now get the proof of Babangida is not a full Funani, but now Funani, either in Mama be Funani, the other one no be Funani, and no be even Awasa. That's why you see him very intelligent and more smart. So these people, they used to come our land for 67 to 70 and committed the genocide. No good day there again. This man made all this and he made it clear. He said a lot of things. He just did the exposition and he had made it clear. And they were former. He made it clear that from what he have said here, he don't even need to tell you. T.Y. Danjuma have told you that your worst enemy is Nigeria. He have told you that your worst enemy are the forces in Nigeria, military security forces. And then forget that, what is his name? What is this one that I've turned to pastor? Former president of Nigeria that have turned himself into pastor. I've forgotten his name. Gowon. Gowon is only like carrying his head and trying to bury his head like ostrich in shame, because Gowon knows that the truth, undiluted truth, is that he made the worst mistake of his life. If he did not make mistake, why did he go back to Aburi? Gowon went to Ghana and went to Aburi, to that place they took the meeting. The place the meeting took place, with Ojuku, that Aburi Accord. He went there and demanded that they open the door for him. They opened the door and he demanded that he should be left alone. And he was left alone in that house, in that office, in that small conference room. He sat there for a while before he called for people to come. He wanted to leave. I believe what he was doing there, he went there to weep. He wept because he would be crying, "Oh God, what have I done to myself?" He went there, spent some time. After some time, he came out and he said, "Let us go." The man said, as he came, the keeper of the place said, he stood still like this and was looking. Regret. He's regretting in pain. And until today, he is regretting in pain. I'm telling you. He regretted. That was why he went there. You understand? You cannot go back. Somebody like Gowon cannot go back to Aburi if he's not regretting or if he's not sober, crying day and night for his mistakes. Who is paying the worst price, or who have also paid the worst price till today? Him and the T.Y. Danjuma. And these are the two major factors where carry the war. The two major bim where Mother Agri-Hiroshi, because they thought that Nigeria was their own. Until now, they have come to realize that Nigeria is not their own. That's why you can see General T.Y. Danjuma telling you that Rono, Nigeria no belong to us. Defend yourself. It's only this Gowon that is carrying head like a nebulu or here confess. He shame. Carry part of our people, dash Cameroon. He will not die. He will live to see Biafra come. Because I believe, like I used to tell us, there are so many people that will come out by the daytime and said, I will never allow the Biafra. I am against you. When they go home in the secret, they cry. They cry the hell out, praying to God, please, God, let Biafra come. Even if I will not be part of it, let it come. You heard what the man said, that the people they are using against our people, these people they are using now, like Iwanyanwu, Ojiozokalu, Okorocha, Uzodema, Abaribe, they have given them a favor they cannot pay back for all their life. The Fulanese will say, this one will be a key. Let us use him. They will bring you, they will load you with money, load you with favor. So when you go, hey, thank you. Tomorrow they will call you, come. Do you know what you will do? Kidnap your brother for me. You cannot say no. Even if it is not your will. You get something where, that's why they say don't chop bribe. When you chop bribe, when the person will give you bribe will go come back, hey, you no go fit answer. You no go fit say no. Nine they do. Thank God for this man.
Yes, Busala
Busala Baba.
Yes.
Nguyem Tol.
Nguyen Tolni, Nguyen Kauki, those are my names.
Abba Sahid.
Abba Sahid, yes.
Pseudonyms.
Yes.
You've always been on the fire line.
Well, in my own small way.
Making your point.
Yes, sir.
Contributing to national development.
Yes, sir.
Yet not wanting power.
No. I don't want power. I don't need it.
You don't like power.
Influence is better than power.
Weep no child, Ngugi Watyongo.
Yes. I made it into a play, a television play in 1967.
And we have children still weeping here. Your artistic spirit will not die, right?
Amen.
You continue to write.
Yes, as long as I live.
And you will continue to be blunt.
Forever and ever.
Will you write another big book?
Yes, in the Belly of Vampires is about double this size. This is 1,300 pages. And the Belly of Vampires is 2,000 plus. This weighs 5 kilograms. That one is going to weigh 10 kilograms.
We need to use our car to come pick them. Carry them on our heads.
That's right.
Are you sure we can hold them to read them? You don't like us holding your book. It must be on a table.
That's right. That's
why they are big.
Yes.
You wrote, look at what you wrote here for me.
Yes. You want to read it or I read it? I said with profound affection and admiration to Edmond Dubilo, a phenomenal broadcast journalist, an iconic polemicist, uncompromising public speaker, fiery visionary and revolutionary, with unimpeachable integrity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you for featuring on State Affairs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are appreciated.
Thank you.
All right, this is a program. Anyway, not only this, any of this man's program, and below, I think he should be Igbo. He should be Igbo man. Maybe grown up in Yoruba land or something. Maybe all his videos are very educating, very, very educating, very, very educating. Well, like I said yesterday, I found the video of our Prime Minister, BMO, they were Mazi, they was where he spoke about to P2B, and I think it will be good if we watch it. So later this evening, I've been here for 2.5 hours, headed on the bank. Make I fit stop small time. If not, I for say make I dey go. So make I stop small time because my system don't hot. So we go see later this evening. Maybe in less than 2 hours, I will come back. We go stream that video. Make we watch our Prime Minister where he talked about P2B. He spoke about P2B. So I want us to understand that anything atondewo onye enema ndewo. Everybody here today, I greet you anywhere you are watching from, and I love you all. I beg everybody, we have no choice but to fight for our freedom. If you watch this video from beginning, this man made it clear to you that you need your freedom, and this video was about 4 years ago video, maybe 2020 or 2019 video. So, and when you listen, the man just explained everything as if he knew that Simon Ekpa, Waboda, criminal, Onyoshi, Ekberima, bastard, and what again did they call him? Everything bad, what they call him, is ready to experimentize, criminalize, Onyoshilize everybody into Biafra. Yeah. And then Biafra is here. All we need to do is to support financially those of us that have this money and they are not bothered about what is happening. I don't know. People like Chief Priest, Obi Kobana Chief Priest, saw, is seeing, is hearing, Ona is understanding, is eyeing, is seeing, is looking what is going on and what has been happening in Lagos. He have the guts to go and go to Lagos today and start building. And you see that people don't have common sense. Common sense. You see that in Lagos, they are pursuing your people away and you are coming in instead of building your land. Instead of protecting your land, you are working against your land. How long will you people run away? We in exile are trying to come back home. You are running away. You have the resources to fight for this freedom. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring down your resources so we can fight for our freedom. If you refuse to bring your freedom, if you refuse to fight for your freedom, somebody will take your freedom. And still yet, that your empire you are building will be used to worship whatever they want to. You see this money we are begging people to bring in now. Let us use it. Listen, I want to tell you that I have been saying it. Vote. You say no. A time will come when you will want to vote. You will not see the opportunity to vote. Sponsor and support this thing financially. You refuse and you have the money. Not that you don't have it. A time will come. You will not have the privilege of sponsoring this restoration of Biafra. This our army now. A time will come when we are going to be using what we have to sponsor our army. When you hear that countries are getting allied, you think saying a joke. When you hear say Biafra is getting recognition, you think it's a joke. And you think the recognition is just, hey, USA know you, hey, Canada. No. Recognition is when they recognize you, they are ready to go into alliance with you. And you know what that means? You give me what you have, I will give you what you need. That is where we are going into now. So keep your money. Don't bring it to. it will be better for us to fight our freedom so that this thing no go even happen reach where we want make it reach. Freedom first. Freedom first. I go stop here. I beg everybody, make we come back later. Make we fit come back later. Come start all over again. I will say bye for now. We'll come back again later.
Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Unapoli made in Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Unapoli made in Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Unapoli made in Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance three. Unapoli made in Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Now Python dance